Bombas, what's your problem? You're ruining the video. I wasn't gonna tell the whole story. This is just a story about the story. Don't worry, Babas. I got this.
Hi, my name is Ryan. I'm trying to bring something beautiful and useful into the world. Baby Babas is a bilingual children's book about the past and present adventures of my therapy dog. First, I'll tell you a bit about the book itself, and then I'll introduce you to our creative team.
The book is about a dog and her boy, and it begins in present-day Austin, Texas on a reading dog visit, like this one. Once Baba settles in and her boy starts reading, she falls asleep, and in her sleep she dreams. She dreams of being 6 weeks old, tiny black ball of wiry fur, already apart from mother, brothers, and sisters. She was alone and sad and scared when boy appears. It wasn't love at first sight. It was like being caught out in a hurricane. She barely had time to sniff him before she was swept up and taken away. And that was the beginning of a very long day. I'm not going to tell the whole story here. You'll have to read the book to find out what happens next.
More than just a lovely story, we're building Baby Babas into a sophisticated teaching tool. Good for learning and practicing reading in English and Spanish, as well as teaching other lessons in language arts and social studies.
The book comes with a set of lesson plans that serve as a guide to teacher and parent alike to get the most out of each reading of Baby Babas. The book will include mini lessons that fall into 4 main categories. First, language comprehension has lessons in background knowledge, vocabulary, language structures, verbal reasoning, and literacy knowledge. Under the category of word recognition, there are lessons in phonological awareness, decoding, and sight recognition. Under the category of global comprehension, we have a lesson in story structure. And as a bonus, we included a couple of social studies lessons around the maps in the book. Yes, there will be maps. Those lessons are geographical landforms and how to read a map.
Now that you've got an idea of the scope of this project, let's meet the creative team that'll help me make it happen.
Y'all have met Babas. I found our hairy heroine in Guatemala, and for the first few years of her life, she never left my side. I was an adventure guide, and she was my sidekick. She'd shepherd our group on the trail, run beside my mountain bike in town, and swim behind my canoe. We've traveled thousands of miles together all over North and Central America. Now Babas is older, she's almost 10, and she's slowing down. Last year, we became a certified therapy dog team because she likes to work and she loves people. Through service, she'll stay engaged and get plenty of attention through her golden years. And sometimes when I travel and Babas can't follow, she stays at my mother's house. Mom is a master teacher and literacy coach with an advanced degree in teaching reading and nearly 30 years of experience in the primary literacy classroom. As a teacher, she's helped countless students learn to read. As a coach, she's improved the instruction of many more reading teachers. She's retired now, but she's been consulting, editing, and curriculum writing for this project.
This book has been writing itself in the back of my mind for years, but unfortunately I'm not an illustrator. Fortunately, I am a travel professional, and on a recent trip to Cuba, I met a couple of new friends that are going to help.
Bianca is a mother, psychologist, tour guide, art aficionado, and a dear friend. I got to know her as she guided my company's first trip. Born during a prosperous time in Cuba, her childhood was idyllic until personal and socio-political disasters turned her world upside down. Like all Cubans, she suffered through the special period, but survived and is now strong and tough and even optimistic about the future. Bianca is well educated, has a deep appreciation for the arts, and as such has agreed to co-author, not just translate, the text of Baby Babas in Spanish. She also introduced me to our artist, Clarky. Clarky is our illustrator. Clarky is his nickname and comes from his tendency to always wear shirts with the Superman symbol. That, plus thick black rimmed glasses he wears, makes him look like Clark Kent only half changed into a Superman costume before he left the phone booth. Clarky is a friendly, social guy until he starts to paint. Then he turns obsessive and forgets sometimes even to eat and drink while he's working. He does not work for the state and has no access to a market for his art. Therefore, he is a starving artist in the truest sense of that phrase.
The plan is to use this campaign to generate a bunch of pre-orders for the book. Then, while this is going online, I'll be offline, running around, boots on the ground, trying to generate some publicity and some interest around the project. And finally, through some unusual reward levels, I hope to begin a book tour this fall that'll run through next year. And then I'll take all of that to an Austin local publisher with a progressive business model and contract with them for some light editorial and design services so that I can produce the highest quality level products possible, and then get it to you. Baby Baba's bilingual book is an ambitious project that hopes to do many different things to different people. It's a lovely story for children and a useful tool for adults. It fills a need for truly bilingual children's books instead of just English books that have been translated into Spanish. It'll keep a good dog working and reward her with attention and love through the end of her life. It already has and will continue to strengthen the bond between a mother and her son, and it will empower the Cuban members of our creative team to lift themselves up out of poverty and launch their own careers. We have many reward levels built out around whichever of those reasons moves you. What do you say? Are you in?